So Google defines micro moments as an intent-rich moment when a person turns to a device to act on a need to know, to go, to do, and to buy. According to Google, there are 4 key micro moments that a fashion shopper goes through. Today from Rogaline, and in this video, we are going to look at what are those 4 key micro moments and statistics on how consumers turn to their mobile devices during those micro moments. Plus, as a bonus, I am going to share with you one of the most important data points determined by Google that you should pay attention to, especially if you're a brand new company, a brand new fashion brand, trying to compete with an established fashion brand. So keep watching. Mobile has changed shopping forever. Today's consumer is much more aware of their needs and goes through multiple micro moments before they get to the point of purchase. Consumers have a tremendous amount of information at their fingertips with endless options. Google's team has researched and discovered that consumers go through 4 stages until they get to the purchasing point. And as we discussed before, there are 4 micro moments that a customer goes through. I want to know moments, I want to go, I want to do, and I want to buy. So let's look at each of these moments in detail. So let's look at the first micro moment, which is I want to know moments. So what are consumers doing? These are the moments when shoppers are in a research mode. At this point, shoppers are looking around for inspiration, ideas, exploring options. They might not be in the buying mode at all. Consumers would be exploring sites such as Instagram, lookbooks, style blogs for inspiration to see if something catches their eye. So what can you do as a fashion brand? So as a fashion designer or fashion brand, you can engage consumers by giving them inspirations via Instagram feeds, lookbooks, style options, using your clothing items. So micro moment number 2 is I want to go moments. What are consumers doing? These are the moments when the shopper is looking for something that they can find in a local store. Consumers are searching on the web or mobile platform and looking for local options to either go buy or try the products. What can you do as a fashion company or a fashion designer? You can use locally targeted ads to show consumers if the product is available locally in your store and give them discounts or directions to your particular store so they can come and try your product and eventually buy it. So micro moment number 3, I want to do moments. What are consumers doing? These are the moments when a shopper is looking to help completing a specific task or to try something new. Consumers are researching on YouTube, blogs to see tutorials on using product or designing something for a particular event, or maybe they are on a budget and they are looking for a solution. What can you do? As a beauty brand, this is the perfect opportunity for you to create how-to videos showcasing your product. Example, how to do last minimal makeup for prom, or how you can do your hair in less than 60 seconds. And opportunities in this category are endless. As the consumer connects with you at this particular moment, they are much more likely to take the next step towards purchasing because you have solved their problem and given them an example on how your product will solve their pain point. Last but not the least, micro moment number 4, I want to buy moments. What are consumers doing? These are the moments when the shopper is ready to purchase an item. Consumers have done all the research and mostly likely on your website to make the purchase. What can you do? At this point, you should create a user-friendly website and a checkout system. Make sure your product page answers all the questions the shopper might have that could stop them from finishing the purchase. For example, shipping information, taxes, colors available, delivery date, return policies, etc. These are very critical because 57% of the time, consumers might abandon a shopping cart if they are unsure about any of these questions. So make sure your product page checkout process has 0 hurdles and leads to a smooth checkout. In these micro moments, consumers want what they want, when they want it, and they are drawn to the brands that deliver on their needs. So as a fashion brand, what can you do? So there are 3 things that you can do. 1 is be there, be useful, and be accountable. Be there. Anticipate what are the micro moments for your target audience and commit to being there to help them when those moments occur. Second is be useful. Provide a digital experience that's relevant to their consumers' needs in the moment and quickly connect people to the answers they're looking for. And third is be accountable. create a seamless customer experience across all the screens and channels and measure the collective impact across them together. So let's take a look at some statistics. How consumers rely on their mobile to meet their needs. In hundreds of micro moments throughout the day, people use their mobile phones to find answers to the questions and solve problems while on the go. This means there are more opportunities than ever for your brand to be there and be useful. So how can these micro moments inform you about your mobile strategy? Influence purchases by meeting people in the moments of their curiosity and need as they research. So among the smartphone users, 82% consult their phones when they're in a store. That's a huge amount of information. The 82% are people when they're within the store, they're looking at their phone for either for inspiration or how to videos or something related to the product or the store they're in. So as a brand, it becomes very critical that you be there for your customer or potential customer at that moment. So whenever their need arises, they're looking for something, they open up the website, they open up their mobile phone, and your content or your how-to videos or your brand is somehow part of the process and part of the search. And now let's look at what is the number one statistic that is very, very critical, especially if you're a brand new company, a brand new fashion brand trying to compete with existing ones. So according to research done by Google, they found that 51% of people have purchased from a company or a brand other than the one they intended because the information provided on search by that brand was useful. So let me repeat that. This is very, very important. So 51% of consumers have purchased from a company or a brand other than that one they intended because the information provided on the search by that brand was useful. So this is very important, especially if you're a brand new company trying to compete with established brands. So once you've established which are the micro moments that customers go through when they're buying your product or your competitor's product, and you provide the content to your consumer during those micro moments. So even if the customer is not aware of who you are, but they find you in the search or somehow they find your content in that particular moment when they're trying to figure out something how to do, 51% are much more likely to buy it from you because your brand, your company has been there for them versus the company that they were intended to buy from. So as a brand, I cannot stress enough how important it is to define these critical micro moments for your potential customers and be there and provide them value, provide them content, provide them solutions to what the customer is looking for, and then you can convert them even though you might be in the beginning of this process. So thank you very much for watching. This is Vishal Kalyan from Rogueline. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up.